Yahweh Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Esher. Ba. Mitzvah. Mitzvate. Waratza. Banu. Washabat. Hidasho. Be Ahava. Uris Vason. Hin Kelanu. Zigran. Ese. Bereshit. Ki. Hu. Yom. Tigala. Lamikre. Koresh. Zekir. Besi Ata. Mizraim. Ki Vanu. Vahata. Wa. Atanu. Kidishata. Mikor. Ha'amin. Wa Shabbat. Kadeshah. Kadesh. Bihava. Udrason. Mikala Tananu. Baruch Atah Yahweh. Mikadesh HaShabbat. We praise you, Yahweh Elohim, ruler of the universe, who creates the fruit of the vine. We praise you, Yahweh Elohim, ruler of the universe, who made us holy through your mitzvah, and lovingly has given us the gift of the Shabbat as a reminder of creation. It is the first among the holy days, reminding us of our going out of Egypt. You have chosen us with the gift of the Shabbat, the treasure for all generations. We praise you, Yahweh, who makes the Shabbat holy. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let us now turn, open our books to Psalms, where we start with our readings. Of course, the first of our readings is Psalms 122. Psalm 122. It is the first of our readings. And then we will read Psalms 92. And after that, Psalms 23. We will conclude with Exodus, the 20th chapter. But first, we're going to start off with Psalm 122. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yahweh. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built as a city that is compact together, where the tribes go up, the tribes of Yah unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of Yahweh. For there are set the thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Peace be within our walls, prosperity within our palaces. For my brothers and companions' sake, I will now say peace be with thee. Because of the house of Yahweh Elohim, I will seek thy good. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Psalm 92. Psalm 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh, and to sing praise unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night, upon an instrument of 10 strings, upon the psaltery, upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Yahweh, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, and neither does the fool understand this. But when the wicked spring as the grass, when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they should be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. For my horn shalt thou exalt the horn of a wild ox. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. Mine eye also shall see my desire on my enemies. My ears shall hear the desires of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the courts of our Elohim. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to show that Yahweh is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Psalms 23. Psalms 23. For Yah is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou hast prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anoint my head with oil, and my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Finally, let us turn now to Exodus 20th chapter. Go to Exodus the 20th chapter. Here we find the words which Yahweh Elohim wrote with his finger himself of stone. Even his great and lawful 10 commandments. These he wrote on Mount Sinai, delivered them to the hand of Moses to bring them down to the children of Israel, that he may establish with them a covenant, a bond, signifying he would always be our Elohim, and that we would always be his people. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh Elohim, who have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no Elohim before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy to the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh Elohim in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor your daughter, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor the stranger that is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and he rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh Elohim giveth thee. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunder and the lightning, the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die. Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for Elohim has come to prove you, that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time.
Both day and night.
Hallelujah. Any comments this week at this time? Yes, ma'am, Sister Via.
Praise God. I'd like to give all praise, all honor, all glory to the Holy One again. I'm just saying along as Yahweh by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Creator heaven above, the earth beneath, the waters under the earth. Father, every time I speak, it, but also my Father. Just like I praise God for being Yahweh, being there for me. And I praise God for that I know that He inclined His ears to me. You know, and I thank y'all for that. I praise y'all for me knowing that y'all is hearing my cries, prayers, and supplications. So I just like to say hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Hallelujah. Yes, ma'am.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
shalom.
Giving our honor to the Holy One of Israel, whose name alone is Yahweh, by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I would just like to thank Yahweh for this consideration, for knowing what's ahead of me before I get there, and for making the way, for clearing the path for me to smoothly get through. And I would also like to thank Yahweh for allowing me to also look ahead and look well to my goal. And just for learning more and more about not only myself, but also the people who I encounter, people that I deal with, and just learning how to be considered. And learning, because as we all know, it's a lot of things that, we try to help one another out with and everything. And as we all also know that every time isn't the right time. So, gotta praise Yahweh for allowing us to be able to give that word or that love or whatever in this due season. And so I just want to praise Yahweh for this consideration. Again, for all the wonderful things that He has done for me this past week. It was just a wonderful week. And I definitely got to give Him all the honor and glory, because I know I would not have been able to make it through without Him. I really wouldn't. And I definitely praise Him for being with me and for giving me favor and showing me that, hey, if you continue to walk with me, then I will walk with you. And if you continue to give me your heart willingly and continue to delight in me, then I will delight in you. And you will be able to see the difference. Not only will you see the difference, but your surroundings will see the difference. And that's, that's going to make us praise Him and worship Him and serve Him. And people are going to say, well, wow, you got this. What do I need to do? Serve Yahweh, praise Yahweh, honor Him. And so I'm just very thankful that He showed me that great mercy, that consideration, that love, and it's a wonderful thing. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Anyone else? Yes.
Shabbat shalom, family.
Shalom.
I just want to praise God for getting my family here safely, even waking us up this morning. And I want to write back up what my sister was saying, that I want to praise y'all for, change. Because for the last, I don't know how long, people have been, the ones that I deal with, they've been seeing like a change in me. And I want to praise y'all for that, because, I mean, in an instance, the change is like, I'm becoming, I guess, irritating to people. But it's a good thing to me, because the irritating part comes in when, like, they want me to do something on my, on my Shabbat, or they want me to do something that I'm just not going to be doing no more, just things that was the old Antoinette is not the Antoinette today. So I just want to praise God for that. People, they try to get me, they've been trying to, mess with my head and get me to step out of, my character and be this person that I know I'm not, and I know I'm not supposed to be this person. So I'm not going to be that person for nobody. I don't care how, if it even involves like stop messing with a family member, got to step away from that or whatever, I'm willing to do that. If it's in order to, serve my Yah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to, be in fights, that's been some of the instances that they want me to start arguments with people and things like that. And I'm just not on that. I'm not going to do that. That was the old me. That's what I used to do. But hallelujah for the answer today. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Anyone else?
But little baby had his hand up first. You want me to go? Let the baby go?
What you have to say, young man?
Thank you for waking me up this morning.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All praises be to Yahweh. Holy One, heaven and earth to see. And all that in me is, I said hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I was studying today, and I was, from what I had learned, I was watching Moray Alicia, and he was saying, like, it's so funny, because what I was studying was what's actually going on today with the
the 13th month. I don't think he was speaking of 13th month then, but he was speaking on the terms of the new year and all of that. And it's the same exact thing going on today. And he said, you know, don't curse your brother and don't be upset with him. He said, be thankful that Yahweh revealed to you, you know, the truth. And I was like, wow, that's you know, I like that. And so I just had to praise God for just being thankful for the things that He has revealed to me. Because it's so many people that don't get everything that everybody else gets. You know, and for me to get that wisdom, it's nice. It's nice to know, you know, that I got certain things that everybody else don't get, just like everybody gonna get certain things I might not get. So I just wanted to give my praise on that. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And I'm sure it'll probably come up today. It's gonna come up in the next couple of weeks. And some of my brothers, I won't say they had odds with me, but they pride me and they said they said let's go. Let's go. And I respectfully hear them, and I know there's zealousness, but I take my cue in some instances. I try to take my cue from the Creator, and like Morel said, about some things, and my sister was saying, see I see something, and that's why I have to even make myself better. See, the whole few months I've been about myself. I had a conversation with several people this week, and that's been my message to them. So maybe that's why the Almighty put me through the trips and turmoil and everything, so that I can have a message. Because my whole message has really been about myself, yourself, and stop, as the sister said, because the winds of change, they blow for you. Stop going out here trying to argue with everybody and bicker with everybody and be at everybody, because people gonna be who people gonna be. You need to figure out life for you. Cause you trying to figure out life for everybody else, but trying to figure their life out, and you lose perspective on yours. You need to gain perspective on yours. And that's the way this works, because when you gain perspective on you, as my sister was saying, then you see your environment change. See, low you, like I said, low you looking over somebody else, you can't see what you need to do to take care of making things good for you. There's a time to step into somebody else's yard and say, hey, let me help you prune this. But be more concerned about pruning the upkeep of your own yard, so you can see the beauty in your own yard, so you can step back and say, hey, this is where I'd like to be at. And that's what the Almighty is saying. So you work on yourself, then He can delight to see you.
That's right.
And you have delight in yourself. And you ain't looking for delight and now I switched my mind. I want to use one of the big words on y'all. So that's why y'all might say, no, we ain't. Approval from somebody else. Because everybody living in the world, that's what this world is geared on. Everybody living in this world, they're living for approval of everybody else. Of everybody else. And they have very little for themselves. I need to be, that's what I was going to, validated. I need to be validated. But my validation needs to come from A, X, Y, Z. And nobody say it needs to come from me. But if you are not validated, and the Most High don't see you validating yourself, and He don't validate, how can anybody else validate? Even with your faults. Because you just got to fight through them faults. And pray the Almighty be with you to help you. And He release whatever hold is on you. And lift you up. So you can go forward. But yeah, and then when you're doing that, you know, that's why you just walk around and you walk in the spirit of truth. And everything else take care of itself. Because there come a point, even with your fault, that's what you gotta do. You just gotta walk in the spirit of truth
Hallelujah.
and let everything else take care of itself. And then you ain't gotta go and cast no dispersion on nobody. Well, look at him. Look at him. He this, he that, they this, they that, they wrong here, they wrong. If they wrong, they gonna be. But it ain't me, really. I'm just gonna walk in the spirit of what I know is true. And let it be the truth. And be thankful that I know the truth. Be thankful what I am shown, what I am given. And then you don't have to go pick fights. Who wanna fight? Who wanna fight? Huh? Jacob's supposed to be in the spirit. Jacob's supposed to have the spirit of a peaceful man, a calm man. Now we know war, but he's supposed to be a calm man. They said he was a quiet man, dwelling in tents. He ain't have no spirit for all this hoopla. That's why we don't have the right spirit, because we people that love drama. We love drama. Run the drama. That's why the reality show make us such a killing on. We love drama. All on the cell phone. What that little thing they got? What's that thing they got? 5-star, Morning Star. What's that little thing they got? Rockstar. Whatever star. Everybody like that thing. All the things they put on there, drama and fighting and all. Hey, ain't around on like World Star. Y'all, whatever star. You know. And just got a whole bunch of mess on it. All kind of people. If it's ratchet, you can get on there. And that's what it's gonna say. Yeah, I do know that. Yeah, I know that. If it's ratchet, you can get on there. You got a home with it ratchet. This is the world. It's the world. It's the world. No, they don't have nothing constructive to do. Don't nobody want to deal with themselves.
That's it.
Yes, sir, my brother. Because as I said, New Year, the months. Like I said, this is gonna be a hot topic, so ain't no reason for me to be like, don't. But we're gonna be dealing with it all over the place. It's gonna take care of itself. There is a reason, and I understand it more and more. There is a reason why Moses, God's servant, always had 2 witnesses that he called on. There was always 2 witnesses that he called on. Y'all know what them 2 witnesses is, don't you? Huh? No, not your host and Caleb. There were 2 witnesses he always called on. What is it?
Heaven and earth.
Heaven, earth. He always called. He said, I call these to record, to witness against you. Because they faithful witnesses. If you can't find faithful witnesses among all the camp of Israel, when you call on heaven and you call on earth, these are faithful, they're incorruptible, they're faithful. So in other words, if they're faithful, they always gonna witness to Yahweh's divine truth.
That's right.
And ain't nothing no mortal man can do about it. And so that's why I said heaven and earth, and let them witness. Because they're going to do what they do. I know they infallible. You can go up, you can spread them with chemtrail and Lucian, anything else you want to do. Because all it's going to do, once they have enough, it's going to rebel against you is going to rebel against you. I'm not predicting these end times, but that's why the earth is doing what it's doing with the pattern of storms and the way the storms are coming. That is it rebelling. That's it rebelling. We've had enough of this now. We've had enough of this. But you can get some of this. You can get some of these twisters. You can get some of this wind. You can get some of this snow where they never aren't accustomed to snow. You can get some of this. And I might say, see, there's, as he said, my son be talking, Almighty is the one. He said, I want all the smoke. Now you want to fight? He said, I want all the smoke. Bring it to me. Because I got stuff you can't fight against. I have forces you can't fight against.
Right.
Build a structure that you think is impenetrable to win. This is windproof. And watch me when I declare it, and I'll come through and knock it right on down. Act a fool. I don't care what you put in the ground. It won't yield its increase. Even if you call it a super seed, it ain't gonna yield its increase. Can't mess with the divine. He can't be corrupted. So that's why Brother Aaron, he walking, like we said last week, he walking his word. It's the word. And he just walking in it. And you say whatever you want to say. We gonna walk in it. He got a problem when he ain't walking in it. But as long as he walking in it, you say whatever you want to say. Huh? Huh? I remember brother said this morning, one of my brothers said this morning, said, you know that there's not such a word in the scriptures as calendar. And it's not. But have anybody ever did their homework to understand and know what the word calendar means? All right, well, I'll tell you after you make your comment then. I'll let it sink in.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises and all glory to the Holy One of Israel by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I just want to give Yahweh praises, but actually before I give him his praise and his glory, I just want to ask y'all something. Y'all love Yahweh, right? Y'all serve Yahweh. Yahweh woke y'all up this morning. He made you feel good. He took you through a trying week, and you was able to see it through. That's right. Well, hallelujah. Come on, y'all, just stand up and give Yahweh a hand for the day. Hallelujah. Praise God. Give God glory. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So many times, hallelujah, praise God. So many times we do so much in our days and in our life, but how many times in your day do you actually stop, reflect, and give Yahweh some praise and give Yahweh some glory? How many times in your day do you do that? So I find myself asking myself those questions when I be out throughout my day. And when I get them, I just pause for a moment. And I just got to say, hallelujah, praise Yah. He does so much in your life. And he showed me so many different things. I'm just thankful and blessed that he actually plucked me out and let me see some different things. I want to give thanks and praise to Yah for family, for new family, for family just now waking up. This week past yesterday, actually, I buried one of my cousins. Praise God, she was a beautiful sister. And I don't have none but great memories about her. She was a young lady too. She wasn't no older than maybe 53, maybe 55. No one knows why she passed. She was having some complications with some things, but she passed. But in her passing, the brother was talking about your legacy and what you leave behind, and what you do before you go. My cousin had 18 grandkids. Blew me away. 'Cause I ain't never know none of them. Never met them. Because I went away to the military as a young man. When I came home, my family was dispersed. We was all in one house, all in one neighborhood. But when the grandma died, my uncle died, when the elders died, the families departed. So no one really stayed in touch. No one got to meet each other until we come together like this. And it's like, man, I give thanks and praise to Yah for family ties. And you never know who was in your family until you go to one of these events and you meet somebody like, man, I've been knowing you. My cousin, her sister, has a next door neighbor. She been knowing this next door neighbor for years. Come to find out, he showed up at the funeral. We didn't even know that was my aunt's brother. Didn't even know that we just so separated. So I give praises to y'all for family. Because you never know. And then that's another thing about that. Your life going through things, you don't know who y'all got in the midst of you. And he always got you protected. Because he was like, he always was doing stuff for me. He was always looking out for me, always there for me. And it's your family. So, be cautious on people and how you treat people. The sister was talking about being considerate of others. That's a real righteous thing. So I praise Yah for the spirit that He put upon us and upon His people and waking them up and letting them see things. So count your blessings when Yah showing you things. And just be thankful. And don't ever forget to give Him some praise and give Him some glory throughout the day. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. You see, and yes, because that's another thing. Never minimizing the law, because the laws are what we live by.
Hallelujah.
But there's attributes as well. You don't see no law where it says, and thou must be considerate. But it's in tonight, that's an attribute. And we do so well sometimes to dedicate ourselves to laws. But we don't do so well sometimes when we slip up in areas of our ways. So when I say attribute, that's what it's saying. That's why the Creator said, and I want you to be lawful and right. I mean your ways. And He loved it that we get nailing that law. He said, but what about your ways? Your ways must be there as well. Because if you don't be just as dedicated to developing your ways in a good and righteous manner, people will still have a knock on you, even though you walking in the law. They say, yeah, okay, you can give me that. They say, but they'll question it because they'll say, but you got some bad ways. Huh? We all, we walk. I don't touch that pork. I refuse to do this. I refuse to do that. We got some bad ways though. And them the ones we get, okay, well this just who I am. Huh? Where's that scripture? Huh? Didn't say Naval didn't keep the law. It said, but he was an evil and careless man. Meaning his ways. It didn't say he didn't keep the law. It didn't say a thing about the law, but it said it was indicative of the way he perceived living, the spirit he had. And that's why it tells and gives you the narrative of the story. Well, who is it? I don't care that he became a guard, him and his men became a guard to my servants. I don't care about that. Who is David? Son of Jesse. Debbie, don't you know there's so many that break away from the master? I ain't got to regard him. So it wasn't law where David found fault with him. David found fault with him in his way. David said, wait, hold on. That's how he gonna be? Oh man. If I leave him anything in the morning about morning light. Huh? And we're going down and destroy everything. And somebody with some decent ways had to come in and say, hey, because he couldn't change. So that's why I might have to send somebody in else. But consider your ways, want to deeply change. And then the Almighty will deal with you. And nobody else has to save you. He'll send you to save your own self, but you have to want to change. You really, and my brother was talking about it earlier, to give him praise, but we're going back to it. You really, every day, also have to want to change. You have to want to have a yearning and an earning of change, of really developing yourself. Every single day. Now, I told you I would tell you what about calendar, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Well, let me tell you. And you won't see calendar in scripture, but let me tell you. The etymology. Etymology. That means what the word comes from, stems from, and what its meaning is. The term calendar itself is taken from the word kalends. Calends. The word kalends, which is the term for the first day of the month in Roman. So it's a Roman origin. But it's the term for the first day of the month, relating to the verb kalera, Calare, which means to call out, referring to call out, Calare, referring to call out, referring to the calling or the announcement that the new moon was just seen.
Hallelujah.
So anytime you use the word calendar, it's referring to the practice in Roman language that the new moon was just seen and we announced it. And Kalends refers to the first day after the new moon was seen. Because before the Julian calendar, before Julius Caesar, before the Gregorian calendar, Pope Gregory, even the Romans went by the new moon. Uh-oh. Maybe that was too much for everybody, because y'all sitting there with brain loose.
Hey, that was on fun.
Maybe that's too much for y'all. Or y'all didn't digest that. Did y'all see what we saying here?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sister.
I just want to add and say hallelujah for that, because in so many of these words, when you do look into its origin, and when you do do your due diligence and whatnot, it all still goes back to the Most High. It still goes back to His creation, what He ordained originally, and again. When we say that our enemy gonna be clever in dealing with us, that's cleverness, because we don't tend to do our due diligence. We hear something we run with it. We just keep at it. We don't look into it. We don't look into it to see what if it's true. It does 2 plus 2 is adding up to 4 to getting 6. You know, we don't look to really see that. And so I just want to say that Yah is very righteous, you know, and He is just. And so much of the time things be just in plain sight. And it just takes us to want to know, to want to know. So
Hallelujah. Yes, ma'am.
Praise God. Hallelujah. And glory and honor to Yahweh. Praise God. You know, God is so righteous. Because your daughter asked that question this morning. She asked specifically about a calendar. You know, praise God. I know she will get the lesson because you're always, teaching. But she asked that question and I gave her what I had. But that was just a beautiful thing that clarification comes along again, and gives us more knowledge, on that question. So she asked that question this morning. So praise God. And I thank you for more clarification for me.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I praise the media. I have wanted to add on too. On most calendars, you see, I've never paid attention to if the moon is actually correct with the sighting, but you see where they have like the half moon and the full moon and all of that. And I always thought that was odd. It was in there, but who knows? Next time I'll take and look and see if it actually matches up with what we see, what's cited. Just for my own notation.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yes, I found that quite interesting when I looked at that this morning. And I just simply went and researched and I typed in just ancient calendar. Not one particular people or how they looked at this particular people. I just wanted to see how everybody looked at it. And when I saw and looked at it and it showed how everybody looked at it up until a certain point, everybody flowed with the concept of knowing you had to have a lunar solar calendar.
Hallelujah.
Even if they had a solar one, they changed from it because things were starting to be all killed. That's what I said. Heaven and earth. And walking in what is there? Because that's why y'all might have put it there. And that's why he said things like in Deuteronomy 33.
Hallelujah.
When the blessing was being given out. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Read verse 13.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 13. And of Joseph he said, blessed of Yahweh be his land, for the precious things of heaven, for the dew, and for the deep that couches beneath, and for the precious fruits brought forth by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon.
For the precious, what do you say again?
For the precious things put forth by the moon.
For the precious things put forth by the what?
By the moon.
By the moon. And what else?
And some precious things brought forth by the sun.
Yes.
The precious fruits
Because
brought
from-
forth by the sun.
Because from the time he ordained it, you need both. You need both moon and sun. From the time he said these two lights and put them there. He didn't want just one to be used. He instructed nobody just to use one. And I'm not talking just Israel. He said both will be used. Look what he said also in Deuteronomy 4th chapter.
Hallelujah.
And this is why you'll see, because the oldest calendar that they say, or the most original calendar that they say, first go back to Sumerian culture. And Sumerian culture was a lunar solar. Actually, Egyptian calendar, I think they ranked that as third in antiquity, which is true because now, and that's a good point, because when I say Sumner, I want to see my historian in here. When I say the word Sumner, where is Sumner? Where's Samaria? Or Sumner? Where is it at? What civilization? So now it's gonna predate Egypt, so it's older even than Egypt. That's too modern.
That'll be
Samaria. See, I hate to be erasing, cause y'all do such a beautiful. I gotta get a bigger board or something, another board. Can I? I'm asked. All right. Now this ain't permanent, is it? Y'all ain't gonna make me look like I'm
That's permanent in your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Y'all got to get these things off them up here before I just answer that. This one. All right, this one. All right. All right. See, and this is what, and because this is beautiful. And this is what a lot of our people know. Like I always say, when they get frustrated with Islam or Christianity, or scriptures, a lot of our people, they run, they say, I'm a what? Egyptologist. I'm an Egyptian. And I asked them, I said, well, what about the civilizations that were great, that predated Egypt? One of them being, does this show up there? No. One of them being Summer or Sumner, and one of them being Akkad. Sumner, Akkad, two near cities lying within what they call the Fertile Crescent. The Fertile Crescent, and its name that you know it today, is Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia, who else is the scripture now? Stay with me now. Summer, Akkad, these are two major cities in Mesopotamia in the Fertile Crescent. And what else was here? Because there's a city in this civilization
It's in the east.
that's in the scripture
Isn't
that somebody walked away from or walked out of.
China.
Was it Cain? I mean,
What is their name? No.
Abraham.
Ur of the Chaldees.
Yeah, Chaldees. That's what it was.
So Father Abram came from the civilization or era time of Sumner, which Sumner, out of Ur of the Chaldees, which all of this made up Mesopotamia, the Fertile Crescent. And they give this calendar to be the oldest recorded. And it was a lunar, solar calendar. So what did Father Abram have when he walked out of Ur of the Chaldees, out of Mesopotamia, out of Fertile Crescent? What way did he keep time? By lunar solar.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
No different than what the children of Israel would later come and keep time. By lunar solar. I got to stop doing that to y'all. Maybe I just gotta get a hand out there. Some of y'all be looking like y'all head hurting, boy. Like y'all going back to school.
That was deep. Hallelujah.
Huh? Y'all getting this?
Yes, sir.
Because if this is the one they credited with being the oldest recorded timekeeper, and it was lunar solar, then our father Abraham, who y'all said he is the Elohim of
Abraham. Isaac. Jacob.
now this also makes sense when you read Deuteronomy 4
Verse.
and verse 15. Start there.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 15. Take heed therefore. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves. For ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that Yahweh spoke unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire.
In other words, get a hold of yourself, because you didn't see nothing the day he spoke to you. So take heed to yourself and be careful.
Lest you corrupt yourselves
Lest you corrupt yourself
and make you an graven image.
and you start fantasizing about how he's to be depicted.
The similitude of any figure,
Mm-hmm.
the likeness of male or female.
So if you come up with a fish and say this Yah, huh? Like the Greeks did, huh? If you come up with a bull and say this Yah, huh? If you come up with a bird and say this Yah. If you come up with anything, any figure, a cockroach, a worm, anything, and say this Yah. Moses said, you was what? Corrupt yourself. Go ahead.
Lest thou lift up thy eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun, and the moon, and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven should be driven to worship them and serve them, which Yahweh thy Elohim hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
And go back to the 16, because he said the likeness of male or female. That means any man.
The least you corrupt yourself and make you a graven image.
Any man.
The similitude of any figure. The likeness of male or female.
That's how cults get started. That's how cults get started. When you lift up male or female. And I'm going to tell you something. It's the first thing that popped in my mind. I said, oh, brother Aaron, you definitely, last night, I said, you definitely got to start doing better. You definitely got to clean up your act. So the people, because you definitely got to be a light you definitely got to pray that Yahweh will be with you. And whatever is going on, you reverse it so you can stand up, clean up. I mean, really be cleaned up. There is no more time for a lot of foolishness. Because in the wake of things, to show you the wicked, on TV last night, in the wake of things, and even my brother brought it the other week, after the big hoopla, and it ain't going nowhere. It's like a fire. They keep restoking it with the school thing and the Israelites.
Yeah.
Well, in the wake of last night, they had a show on Oxygen Channel on cable, and it said, discovering something. They said, but it was the discovering the cult. I think that was it. And then the subtitle was the kingdom of Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Yeah.
So it was about the group that followed Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Yeah.
Now it wasn't nothing flattering.
Nope.
It was everything that was corruptible that they was doing. Now I scratched my head and said, well, wow,
Ain't that something?
why you pick this time to flaunt that on there?
That's my question.
See, they don't see y'all looking at me again. Y'all be worrying me sometimes. Do you understand? It ain't no mistake.
Right. Yes, sir. That's
The
right.
timing of this ain't no mistake.
Not at all.
You got this little group because that's what happened. I wasn't even watching for it. Somebody called me and told me it was on.
It's been running.
And they said, you know anything? I said, yeah. I said, I've been on about it. And they said, well, I did. I said, uh-oh. And all these things started coming through my head. And that's why I said I've been on about it. But still, a lot of people haven't. They don't know the fractions of groups, because that's what the other person now they say, well, y'all got so many different groups then. I said, well, now it ain't no different than Christianity. Y'all got so many different groups. But the difference is it's not mainstream. So when they do things, it don't register like that. The little guy that shot up the 49 people in the 2 mosques, he was a Christian. He was a white nationalist, but he was a Christian. Now I could easily say, well, what group of Christians did he belong to? But this is what they will do. These are the kind of games they will play. Like I said, conveniently, now they point out, not saying he was right, because he dead wrong, but conveniently they started bringing out story where a young man belonging to the Israelite community killed this girl and killed that girl. That ain't by accident. That's to cast the light of disparagence upon people as Israel becomes known. Y'all with me? There's some of y'all out there like y'all got me tuned out now. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That means our room for error is getting, our margin is getting slim. We'll go back to that and read that 19 for me again, brother.
Hallelujah.
But he could only have come to light because the people down there idolized him. They set him up and believed. And this is, because see, really, I said, yeah, they Israelites, but I could really take it and say, they Israelites with a Christian mindset.
Yes, sir. That's what they
Because they believe he's the son of God anyway. We don't believe like that. So they idolize him.
Yeah.
Anytime, that's what my sister said, and I'm not trying to make them crazy now. We blessed that we didn't get in that vein. Anytime a man can come and pull out a book and a Sharpie and cross out a person's name and tell you he crossed you out of the book of life, huh? I mean, that's deep. That's mighty deep. That show you the power and the influence
Yes,
that a
sir.
person have on the people's mind. He can come with a notebook, a thin notebook, and a Sharpie, and cross out people's name and say, hey, written out the book of life. That means you have idolized. But not only him, they idolize Jim Jones. That they followed him all the way over there to Guyana. Huh? That's why the Almighty said this. But then he said, and so he said, I didn't let you see anything. You didn't even see Moses. Because Moses approached into the darkness and the thick darkness. And you thought he probably was dead. So you didn't even see him. He said, but the lightness of anything on the ground, you didn't see that. And then 19 said, least thou shalt lift up thy eyes unto heaven, and when you see sun
And moon.
Moon.
And the stars.
Stars.
Even all the hosts of heaven.
The hosts of heaven.
Shouldn't be driven to worship them.
You would think to worship them.
And serve them.
And you would think to serve them.
Which Yahweh thy Elohim hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
And that's what I want you to underline, that part right there. Which Yahweh gave the sun, the moon, the stars to what? How many?
All nations.
All nations. Where?
Under the heaven.
Under the heaven. And when he gave it to them, he told all nations what?
Oh, yeah.
He told all nations what?
This is your
what they were for.
This is your life. These are your days. These are your seasons.
Because when he spoke in Genesis, that was not to Israel. That was to Adam, or the mankind. Let these lights be for signs, seasons, days, and years.
Hallelujah.
That was to mankind. That's why any nation that had a semblance of divine knowledge knew there had to be lunar, solar together to bring you into correct time.
Hallelujah.
So you can't even fade me if you say you're following the pagans. No, I'm not. I'm following what man have understood since the foundations of the world. Because that was spoken to mankind out the mouth of Yah.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna stop. Let me get y'all questions. I think I'm lost some of y'all. Y'all be scared.
Oh, God.
Any comments on that? Yeah.
That particular program already they've been running. They actually have been running that program since summer of last year.
Yes.
About every quarter.
Mm-hmm.
About every quarter they run that. It started out being showed on the FBI file when they was running that. And it's funny though because I rewatched the video with the brothers on the on Lincoln Ware show, and I was thinking about the questions that was asked. But then it's something just dawned on me, and I had to ask myself the question. And the question I asked myself was, what was the purpose of going on the show to begin with anyway? I mean, understanding, we ain't never worried about how the people was viewing those Israelites or those people who were saying they were Israelites and they was doing what they was doing. So they've been hooping, hollering, and yelling and screaming at everybody for a long time. So what was the purpose of Cincinnati, or the purpose of a congregation of more religious taught, or people he taught? What was your purpose for going on that show, and for what? And who came to see who first? Did they go to reach out to them, or did Lincoln them reach unto them? You know, to say what's what? I was just wondering. That was just a question that I came in my head because I was just wondering, like, we Israel, and you know, we service a Yah, our voices ain't to be heard in the street no way. And I don't understand what was the agenda. What's the agenda for it? Because I didn't see no reason for us to even be on there, to be in the light of that show. Because I don't think it really helped us at all. I think it kind of, with what they did this week, I think it kind of shit. I think it kind of tied us in and tied everybody in to the Ulan Mitchell movement and saying that this is who we are. All of us that praise Yahweh, this is who we are, and this is what we look like, and this is how we do. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Are there all right.
That Brazilian that thought it was gonna kill me.
Are there any other comments?
I was laying loaded.
Yes.
But in response to what you said,
Oh, my
as far as
gracious.
who brought- no, because y'all didn't show me what you want, what you don't. But in response to your question, who brought them to the show? Because he was talking to West Lincoln. And Lincoln, when he knows Wesley is on the phone, he'll say, I gotta do Crown Royal. Lincoln already has a game plan to exacerbate before it even starts. So Wesley comes on, what's his Hebrew name?
Elijah.
Don't Elijah. Eli. So he comes on and Lincoln's asking questions and he goes, what's your government name? You know, they have this back and forth. So he goes, well, because they were in reference to what happened up there in EC. So he says, well, why don't you come on my show and talk about it? He said, stay on the line, they'll get your information. But he said, the leaders of his camp. So that's how they came about coming on the show. Because I guess Lincoln, he did have one other guest, but I guess the more the merrier for him, he told him to stay on the line. And my understanding is that he was in the studio when they came on the show. I don't like he was there in the studio. But I asked that question, I think, when I came.
Yeah, that's why
But it got shunned, and it's okay. Because truthfully, you have to be careful. Somebody come on the show and they're representing what's supposed to be you.
right.
You need to be very, very mindful, but just to answer that, and that's really all I have to say. But that was how it came about, was that he set that up.
Hallelujah. Any other comments or questions at this time? Any questions from anyone on any topic? Yes, ma'am.
I just had a comment as relates to the moon. You know, just knowing that, so like I know some people say we got here in 1619, and they said, well, this is 2019, so this has been a 400 years, you know. And praise God using the divine sense that He gives us, you know, when we choose to use it, we could clearly see that the way that they calculate months and the way that we go about it is a big difference. You know, just today is 13/9, and then on their calendar is 3/16. You know, that's a big difference. And so it you know, it just won't add up to 400 years if you're not using the right method of counting. You would, you know, and this is just, you know, not saying anything about anyone or however people do whatever they do, but just in general. You know, if you know that he did say, okay, we're going by the lunar system. We're supposed to go by the lunar system. And then you say, oh, well, we start 400 years, not based off of this lunar system, but based off of this you know, this man-made thing, you know. And so I'm gonna pray God for divine sense.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
God, I'm astonished. Where y'all get that 13:9 from?
Hallelujah.
Oh, we don't know where. Right, right,
Yeah.
brother. We don't know because
39.
the next question I got is when you gonna do Pesach or Passover? And I'm sure somebody will say when somebody declare it. Because I already know when it is. I knew what it was last year when it was gonna be this year. But my question is where's the 13:9 come from? Like you said, is there 3:16? And you said, and our 3:9.
Because we go by lunar, so we're going by solar.
But how you know it's the ninth day?
Because
Because you're saying you counted from your new
From the
moon.
moon.
No, not from mine.
Not,
from what
no, I
Yahweh
didn't mean to
said.
say yours. From the new moon you just observed.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
That's
all
right.
right, yes,
That's how we
Okay.
that's what. Any other comments, questions? Yes, young man.
I'm just y'all wake me up. I'm just y'all wake me up too.
All right.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yes, sir.
Giving all glory, all honor, and all praise to Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I can't hold on YouTube. I came across this very disturbing videos. Basically just talking about how Mexico was like a land full of witches. And they had he was interviewing this guy or something. And he was showing him all this I'm gonna say utensils. He was showing him all these things. And he had this little statue of him. And he said there was they got the little witness thing. And he called it that. And I was wondering if you knew why that was tied into witchcraft.
What is it again?
It was the little that word and then witness.
Yeah, I barely heard it. Start from the beginning
Speak
and
up, young
speak up.
lion. Speak up. Open your voice.
Like when we be over your house and you talk to us,
Speak up
we be like that.
and ask it again so I can get the gist of what you were saying.
So I came across this video, and it was speaking about how Mexico was a land full of witchcraft,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a witch on every corner and stuff. So they was interviewing one of them, and he had a statue, and he called it the little J-hole. Y'all know the rest of it. That's what he called it. And I was wondering if you knew why that was tied into witchcraft, so that if I know somebody who is in that, I can bring them out.
He called it a J.
The whole.
Called it Jay what? I'm sorry, young man.
Spell it out.
I guess it would be JEHDOH.
Okay. And he called that. And what did he say about that?
I forgot what he said about it, but it was basically, I don't know, it was one of the things they praised as witches, because he had like 200 statues. But I was wondering why that was tied into witchcraft.
Okay. So he had some statues. And one of them he called by that name. All right. Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions? Yes, daughter.
So it was me.
Hallelujah.
So it was me and my mom, my two brothers. We were all in the house till we looked outside and it was like this hail hit the window. And it was loud. It was like a tornado over us, but we didn't know where at. And it scared me to death. So I packed up like half my room. And we was about to go to the basement. And we looked up the things. what can we do when we're in a situation with a tornado? And we looked at some videos with y'all videos and stuff. And crazy.
Hallelujah.
You need multiple things together, but y'all can understand
Hallelujah.
it.
Yes, sir.
Bless my family. First and foremost, I'd like to give honor and praise to everyone in Israel. In the name of Yahweh alone, we're saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thankful to be here for another supply. But my question already, is that, someone asked me about the 400 years that we're in, and, the messenger coming before the 400 years end. Would that be the proper order? Or would the ending come and then it'd be the chaos around the planet with the messenger walking, destroy the chaos? Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. That is. Anybody else? Shoot them if you got it. I want. Yes, sir.
I'm glad to know this testimony about
Conference video.
our place with you guys. But hallelujah. I had a dream one time, and I don't remember too many of the details, but I do remember that it was this thing that was attacking me, and I was calling out to Yah, but nothing happened. You know, usually in every dream after that, things like it would stop, but in that dream it didn't happen, and I woke up and I was thinking on I can't remember what scripture it was, but it was talking about how sometime in the latter days, I believe Yahweh will hide his face, something like that. Yeah, I was saying it right. And I was wondering if you could just share some light on that.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Praise God, you know, for y'all, hallelujah. That leads to my question that I thought I'd ask. I was reading, had some meditation going, and I was reading First Chronicles 16, and I was just wondering, is this something? I know it ain't something that we do literally because we can't see Yahweh, but I was just wondering how I see Yahweh. I mean, David said in 16 and 11, seek Yahweh, seek His strength, seek His face continually. So I know. Well, I pray that I think I know the concept of seeking Yahweh, through His laws and statutes and everything, but seeking His face, I don't see how is that literally to be done, because I know we can't see Him. So how do we seek His face? And then I know David said it, but I also know that David said in 17 and 16 of First Chronicles, and David the king came and sat before Yahweh. So he had the privilege of, I might say, seeing Him. So and then He tells us to seek His face. So how do we literally seek His face? Or do we just do what we're doing now, seeking His way and to be, in a righteous path, seek the righteous path?
Hallelujah.
Oh, no. You know the young man that was in the video from them being up there in DC?
Mm-hmm.
One of the white college students? And he the one that's suing CNN for $250 million.
Mm-hmm.
But the only reason why I bring it up is because there's a high probability he's going to win. A huge high probability because what they did was they slandered, according to them, him, name, and the whole nine, before they even had the full facts. Yeah, the time shall come, and they're saying that, me and him might come clean on this.
Yes, ma'am. Let's, let me deal with New Mexico and the witches and the statues. And to deal with that, and then we're gonna get everything. We'll talk this. But to deal with that, let's go and stay right back at Deuteronomy where we was at.
Pick it up in verse 20. Deuteronomy 4.
Deuteronomy 4. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Let's start at verse 1.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1. Now therefore, hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments, which I teach you for to do them.
Listen and hearken and listen, O Israel, unto the statutes which I teach you, and do them.
That ye may live and go in and possess the land which Yahweh Elohim of your fathers giveth you. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of Yahweh your Elohim, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what Yahweh did because of the false deities. For all the men that followed the false deities, Yahweh thy Elohim have destroyed them from among you. But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh your Elohim are alive, every one of you this day. Behold, I have taught you statute and judgment, even as Yahweh my Elohim commanded me, that ye should do so in the land, whether you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
If we walk in what Yah has given us, everybody would say of us how wise, how understanding, and how great we are if we walk in it. They said that is our greatness. That is our greatness. Our greatness is not the tone of our skin, the texture of our hair, the style of the hair that we wear, the garments that we have on. Our greatness is, and our wisdom is how we walk in the law and the statutes that Moses will bring down and teach us. That's our greatness. Go ahead.
Verse 7. But what nation is there so great, who have Elohim so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our Elohim is in all things that we call upon him for?
Because who can say that they have Yahweh that near to them when they call upon him in all things. Who can say that? What nation can say that
Right here.
outside of Israel?
None.
None. None. And as a result, and when they say what nation can say that, and we say Israel, we got to quantify that. Righteous Israel,
Hallelujah.
not wicked Israel. Because he's near to them who are righteous. He's not near to them. But the proud and the wicked, he know far off. Go ahead.
And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgment so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently.
Only take heed to thyself. Again, there it is. And keep thy soul what?
Diligently.
Diligently.
Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen.
Lest you forget what your eyes have seen.
And lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life.
Mm-hmm.
But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons.
Now, when you learn them, it's your duty to teach them to your sons and your grandsons. If you're around and you got that generational tie, that's your duty to dispense them this knowledge of the Almighty Yah, even to that generation as well.
Hallelujah.
Go ahead.
Especially the day that thou stoodst before Yahweh thy Elohim in Horeb, when Yahweh said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. And ye came near and stood under the mountain. And the mountain burned with fire unto the midst of heaven.
The mountain was burning with fire, even unto the very midst of heaven.
With darkness, clouds, and thick darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh spake unto you out of the midst of the fire. Ye heard the voice of the word, but saw no similitude.
You saw nothing.
Only ye heard a voice.
Only you heard the voice of the Most High. Yeah.
And he declared unto you.
And he declared unto you
his covenant.
His covenant.
Which he commanded you to perform.
Which he did what?
Commanded you to perform.
He suggested.
No, he commanded.
And he gave you the option.
No, he commanded.
He commanded that you do this.
Even 10 commandments.
12 commandments.
No, 10.
11.
10.
You got some people say it's 12. You got some people that say it's 11. You got some people that say it's 13. Yeah. They jumping all around the board. Scripture said that there's how many?
10.
So y'all only knew about 10 of them.
That's it. He wrote them upon 2 tablets of stone.
Writing them upon 2 tablets of stone.
And Yahweh commanded. And he commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye might do them in the land whether you go over to possess it. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for you saw no manner of similitude on the day that Yahweh spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire. Lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. At least thou lift up thy eyes unto heaven And when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them and serve them, which Yahweh thy Elohim have divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. But Yahweh hath taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt.
Now, the Almighty said he brought you forth out of Egypt. And he said, young brother, what did he say that he did in the day he spoke to us? He warned us not to do something. What did he warn us not to do right here? Make an image of what? Not just make an image of anything.
Or any likeness of anything.
Making it what? To worship it, saying that is him. Because the Almighty said, you don't know what to make. Because I didn't let you see nothing, so you don't know how to depict me. But it's exactly what our people did. You see? And they did it and put the name, whether you want to say Jehovah or Yahweh or Yah, they put the name of Yah on this graven image. Which was idolatry. Go to the book of Exodus. We did what we was told not to do. See, the first idolatrous thing built or presented to the children of Israel, it had the name of Yah on it. It didn't have the name of another deity on it. They put the name of the Most High on this idolatrous thing. You got Exodus?
Yes, sir.
32nd chapter.
Hallelujah.
Many a thing where they got something. That's why sometimes they get mad when Brother Aaron say, no. So we didn't have to wait on nobody to bring us idolatry. We was well in idolatry before we even met anybody. As soon as we got out of Egypt, we was still in idolatry. We didn't have to wait on nobody to bring us nothing. We never left it alone.
Right.
And when you understand that, you can understand that same blood flow through our people. That's why you can understand some of our brothers will tend to gravitate to the New Testament. Because although they Israel, they never learned how to, the spirit, Yah never gave them the spirit to leave that alone.
Right, yeah.
Did y'all hear what I said?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They found out they was Israel. They've been liberated as far as knowing who they are.
Right.
But they have not been like the children of Israel were liberated from being in Egypt. But they had not left alone idolatry. They brought idolatry out of Egypt with them. They just couldn't leave it alone.
Right.
So you can have Israelites that know who they are, but they can't leave this idolatrous thing alone.
And get away from it.
That's why they just change his name and say he looked like them and say this, but they still will lift him up because they can't leave him alone. Again, so we bless, and the Almighty said, I need to give you a real good total infusion and get it up out of you. Yes, ma'am.
Praise God. I got a question. So I never. Who are they? Who is they deity? Who is the Egyptians deity? I mean, who do they worship? They just say they Egyptology, but who is their?
The
Who they bow down to?
You mean our people today as they do it, or?
Nah, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, because a lot of people think Egyptologists, or they have a misconception. I have the book of the coming forth the day and night, the book of the dead. Even in Egypt, they believed in one main, there's one main God. Now, when you get to the polytheistic view of it, it's because just like with African spirituality, they believe it's just like with Native Americans. This is what the Almighty, this is what the Almighty is saying. That's why we started reading this. He said, what nation? You have to be counted blessed, because what nation is so wise and so understanding as you? But you're not wise and you're not understanding of your own. You wise and you understanding because I have come to you and revealed to you, being the true and living Elohim, my oneness, and that you only need me. And I told Moses, show Moses how to instill in you to only look to me. And I am one. I am existence. Because all other nations, they're not wise enough to know that. And in that ignorance, that's why they must make, they know it's one God, but that's why they must make subsets of gods. Like African spirituality. We know it's one God, but we must have the ancestors. Because that one God, he don't deal with man like that. So we need to get the ancestors and talk to them. And then the ancestors will go to the one God. In Egypt, we know it's one God, but we need to go through subset of gods, spirits. And when we get to them, then they will go back and relate what we want to this one God. And then he will tell them, and then they will come back to us. So they had many based upon practically what it was you was trying to get accomplished. And that's why they had priests for this one, priests for that one, priests for this one, priests for that, this cult, this cult, this cult, that cult. Because they made subsets. And this is what all this is clearing up in Deuteronomy. There is no need for subsets. There is no need for you to think you got to pray to the ancestors. That's why he said to us, he said, to the living. Did you go to the dead? Huh? But they can't tell you nothing. They gone. He said, seek me. Seek what's living. But you got 32 Exodus?
Yes, sir.
Now watch. Like I said, but we just can't leave that idolatry alone. Start at verse 1.
Hallelujah. Exodus chapter 32, verse 1.
I'm thinking we got time there.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Take your time.
Let's go.
And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, up, make us deities.
Up and do what?
Make us deities.
Not make us one. Make us what?
Deities.
Deities. Plural. Because that's how we lived in Egypt. We had deities. We had deities. When you go in the bazaar, they had a little figurine for everything. We had deities. So up, Moses, he don't look like he coming back. Make us some deities then.
We should go before us.
Who can go before us?
For as for this Moses,
Because Moses,
the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt,
whom we get to see every day, flesh and blood that we get to see every day,
we wot not what has become of him.
we don't know what happened to him. Now I'm going to stop because like I said, we got time. So we're going to ask some questions during here. Now that's profound. Somebody tell me what they see in that. Because it's profound. This is profound.
He went away. They didn't see him no more. He was gone. They got restless.
What? Come on. Come on.
Like,
Come on.
They look at idolizing him kind of.
He was put up on.
There you go. As for this Moses that we see because he flesh and blood, see how quick our mind is to stray from Yah. This Moses who done went up. And then look what they said. This Moses that what?
That
Brought us out of the land of Egypt. Now what did Yah say?
Yahweh brought
Yah
us
said,
out of the land.
I am Yahweh who brought you out of the land of Egypt. By Moses. But I'm the one that brought you out. They said, as for this Moses who brought us out. What kind of perspective are they spinning this? Moses is over the Almighty. They lifting up a man over the Almighty. And that's why they get restless, because they say, we have not a man to follow. When they should have been looking, our sight and our focus supposed to be on the Most High. No matter what man he brings or take, our focus is supposed to be on the Most High. And that is the same thing that's happening today. That's why camps can split and can scatter, because the focus is supposed to be on the Most High. But as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out the land of Egypt, what?
We want not what has become of him.
We don't know what's become of him.
And Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives,
yes,
of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with the graveling tool. After he made it a molten calf. And they said, these be thy deities, O Israel.
This be your deity, O Israel.
Which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
That brought you out the land. This is the deity that brought you out the land of Egypt.
And when Aaron saw it,
he
built an altar before it.
He built the altar before it.
And Aaron made proclamation.
And he made proclamation.
And said, tomorrow is a feast to Yah.
And he said, tomorrow we're going to feast in the presence of this golden calf. And tomorrow this is a feast to Yah. So he put the name of Yah on this molten calf. That was an abomination. That's why the Creator says, that's why he's going to say in the book of Deuteronomy. Let's go there. Let's go to Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy.
32.
Deuteronomy chapter 32.
The song that Moses left us with.
Hallelujah. Start verse 1. Hallelujah. Deuteronomy 32, verse 1. Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak. And hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distill as dew. as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. Because I will publish the name of Yahweh. Ascribe ye greatness unto our Elohim.
He said, I'm going to publish the name of Yah, and I'm going to ascribe greatness to him.
Oh, God.
Not nobody else.
That's right.
He said, that's why my speech is like the rain when it drops upon the tender herb, nourishing. He said, because I'm only coming to you speaking in the name of one, and that's the Most High himself.
Oh, God.
And I'm only giving greatness to one, and that's the Most High Yah himself. Go ahead.
He is the rock.
He is the rock.
His work is perfect.
And everything I know that he has done is perfect.
For all his ways are judgment.
For every last one of his ways is about righteous judgment.
An Elohim of truth.
There's nothing but truth about Yah.
Without iniquity. Just and right is he.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Keep going.
They have corrupted themselves.
It says in the scripture, in mine, let me read in mine. It said the corruption is not his, it's the defect of his children, of a perverse and crooked generation. In other words, don't never think if you see something that's corrupt when it's in regards to the Most High Yah, such as a following that does this or following that does that, don't never look at Yah and say, well, that, why it's like that? No, it's corrupted because of the people,
Right.
not because of Yah. It's because of the people. Because he said the corruption is not his. It is the defect of his children, of a perverse and crooked generation. Then it asks the question, does or do ye thus requite Yah, O foolish people, and unwise? So when we're not walking in what he tells us to do, we just as foolish and unwise as everybody else. Is he not thy father that have bought thee? Have he not made thee and established thee? Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show you. The elders, and they will tell thee. Go ahead.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
And that's why they changed even the ancient maps. The maps of the day is not the ancient maps. They've changed them maps. They've changed them maps. Many people have come to know that the Suez Canal, that's a man-made tunnel. It was tunneled out by man's hand to make you think that one landmass was separate from another landmass. And that's what they do. What they call reallocate. They go in, they carve up stuff. This is this, this is that, this is this, this is that. That's what such a big hoopla is in Russia. This is no longer, Russia was all one big northern hemisphere country. They went in and carved this up. Now this is not Russia, this is Lithuania. And this is this is that, this is this is that. But them that have access to old ways, the old ancient Russia, they say, man, all of this belong to us. You always talking about this, they a separate state, they a separate, now all of this belongs, and if I got anything to do with it, I'm gonna take it all back and bring it under one umbrella. And they've done this all over the world. But that's why the Almighty said, because when the Almighty separated the bounds of the sons of men, he did so in antiquity, ancient time, and he always had the children of Israel in mind.
Hallelujah.
Meaning he put all the sons of Adam around the Holy Land. But he always divined and always wanted for the Holy Land to be in the hands of the sons and daughters of Israel.
Hallelujah.
Verse 9.
For Yahweh's portion is his people.
For his portion is his people.
Yaakov is the lot of his inheritance.
And that means Yaakov is the lot of his inheritance. There will never be nobody to replace Israel.
Hallelujah. He found him in a desert land and in a waste, howling wilderness. He led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye.
When he would not be bothered with nobody else. This is what he did for Israel.
As an eagle stirred up her nest, fluttered over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, talketh them, beareth them on her wings. So Yahweh alone did lead him, and there was no strange deity with him.
Yahweh, what, little brother? Yahweh what? Alone did lead him, and there was no strange Elohim with him. And look what he made him to do when he led him.
He made him to ride on the high places of the earth, that he might eat the increase of the fields. And he made him to suck honey out of the rock and oil out of the flinty rock.
He made him to ride on the high places of where?
Of the earth.
Of where?
Of the earth.
Because a lot of people could, yes, and truly that did mean the Holy Land, but that meant in righteousness and following Yah. He meant exactly what he said. He made him to ride upon the high places of the earth. That meant wherever he put the sole of his feet.
That's right. Hallelujah.
He was to live in the best conditions if he was in a righteous state.
Hallelujah.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. Get yourself together. I need to get myself together. And then we won't be talking about squalor and how we're struggling, because the Almighty in righteousness, he said, you meant to live in a right and holy and divine state.
Hallelujah.
Where people see you excel. You ain't got to go show nobody you excelling, but they'll see it. They'll be like, wow. Whoa. This was he? Wow. And you don't flaunt it, because that ain't right. That's when you start to lift yourself. You don't flaunt it. You just say, man, all praise be to Yah. Look what he blessed him. And he said that he did this for Yaakov. He did this for Israel. He said it right here. But you got to hold this page, because this is his promise. This is his promise. Hold this page so you can see that the Almighty don't change. Go to the book of Isaiah, because he's going to give you the key. It's all about doing what's right.
You got a praise for that?
Man. That's deep.
See, it's all about doing what's right. So we go to Isaiah 58. You got to have that earnest yearning in you. And when you have it, it ain't nothing, it's going to show. Isaiah 58:1, it says, cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression and the house of Yaakov their sin. And this is why a lot of brothers say, well, this is why we got the bullhorn in. This is why we out there. And then this is what they're pointing to. It said, cry loud,
Yeah,
spare not.
right,
This is what they'll come to justify that.
right.
Show my people their transgression. The house of Israel their sin. But they say that's why we get out with the megaphone and we do what we do. He said, yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways. As a nation that did righteousness, and they did not forsake, as if they did not forsake the ordinances of Elohim. They ask of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approaching to Elohim. And so, yeah, we cry out, spare not, show people transgression. Yeah, but that don't mean you gotta get the bullhorn and you crying out and you sparing out and you lifting up the trumpet when you just discuss this word with your people. When you're talking and you're saying, man, I found out what's wrong with us, mama. I found out what's wrong with us, daddy. I'm crying out. I'm not being silent no more. I'm crying out. When I'm talking to my friend, hey, I found out what's wrong with, I found out maybe why. You know, we ain't getting no good men, or we ain't getting no good sisters, or we ain't got no, I found out. I'm crying out. And show the people the transgression. I'm showing them, we showing each other what's wrong with each other.
Right.
Man, this is what we've been lacking in. This was wrong with me. This was wrong with, you know what y'all do? This was wrong with us.
Right.
Huh? It don't mean I'm out, I got to go and run down on the court. Hey, now listen here. I got to tell you, no. Then verse 3 says, then they say, well, wherefore have we fasted, say they. And you see us not. Wherefore have we afflicted ourselves? Why did we afflict ourselves? Why do we afflict our soul? Why do we give up what we had to give up? If you understand afflict, see afflict, you can't be getting something and call yourself afflicted.
That's right.
I'm being afflicted. But you kind of, but I'm making all this money. You don't see affliction.
Right.
And when I said, when the sports stars, he don't think and deem himself to be afflicted. When he got one night, he made $300 million for 40 minutes of showtime. Got houses from coast to coast, can go wherever he want to go, eat whatever he want to eat, dress however he want to dress, spend whatever amount he want to. He don't see himself. He ain't afflicted. You can't go to, I wish you would go to him and tell him he afflicted. He gonna have somebody whoop your tail. Man, I ain't afflicted. Oh, did that come out? I ain't afflicted. That's what he gonna say to you. I ain't afflicted. How can he be when he's sitting on top of everything? To be afflicted, you must be stripped. You must have stuff taken from you. And that's why he said, why have we fasted? Why have we afflicted ourselves? Why have we willfully given up something? And you see us not. You take no knowledge of it. But the Creator said, well, here's your answer. Because behold, in the day of your fast, you still find pleasure. You don't find pain. You don't find pain. You still find pleasure. You still find comfort of yourself. I'm all right. Comfort of yourself. I'm all right. While you're fasting, ain't nothing really wrong with me. I'm all right. You're rationalizing that to yourself. So you still want to find something pleasurable about yourself. He said, nah, when you fast, you should be trying to find make up something wrong with you. Find everything that is right and then make up something. And I think this wrong too. And that's wrong. If it ain't wrong, it's gonna be wrong tomorrow. Make up something. Debase yourself. He said, but when you fast, you don't get down like that. Huh? He said, you find pleasure and you still exact all your labors. You fast for strife and contention, debate, to smite with the fist of wickedness. You should not fast as you do this day, to make your voice heard on high, to truly have me to hear you.
Right.
So that's what your fast is supposed to be about. He said, it's such a fast that I have chosen, a day for a man to afflict his soul. Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush, to spread the sackcloth and ash under him? Is it a showtime? Will you call this a acceptable fast, an acceptable day to Yah, when you do it just for show? I'm gonna throw on this sackcloth, this burlap sack.
Right.
Throw it on so everybody can see it. Huh? Holy jeans. Everybody, when I come in on there, jeans gonna be holy, all wrinkled up. T-shirt got lemon stains and mustard stains and ain't been clean. It's just dirty because it look like I snatched it out the dirty clothes when I come in. Maybe if I get a little hungry, I'll do like this, and so nobody, but they won't know I'm trying to eat. I just rub the old stain and get a taste of it. Huh? Nah. It's for sure. For sure. Huh? Come on now, y'all laughing because y'all know we can. Our mind get like this, huh? Then you look and say, man, he coming here, his clothes clean. They pressed, iron. He washed them probably before the day of atonement. He come in looking spiffy. But you still coming in the presence of God, you're supposed to look spiffy. Did he tell Aaron, just go in there and get some clothes and come on in here? Huh? He told Aaron, you better take them clothes of yours off. You better wash yourself up. You better put these holy divine garments on that's made for beauty. Then you come in before me. You know what he told him? Now what Aaron said, well, all right. He just walked up in there, got a beard, hair just going this way, beard just lying, and he just walked up in there on y'all's body. And hold on, y'all, yeah, out of there. Huh? Because it wasn't the clothes that was indicative of the affliction. The infliction of Aaron was internal. Even while he's looking like $1 million, inside he's feeling like a broke joke. Y'all know something about that, don't you? You walk around with a smile all day long, and people don't know what is wrong with you. Don't know the burden that you carry. And you walking around just smiling, and they looking at you, and they calling you all kinds. Hey, that's my delight. Yeah, I want to be like. And you walking around, you saying to yourself, if only you knew. If only you knew.
Only you. Hey,
what Smokey Robinson say? I'm smiling. When you get behind the smile, you see the tears of a clown.
Hey, watch out now.
You see that I'm crying. I got a good poker face on. But you just don't know.
I'm fighting some demons.
That's the affliction. Huh? Ain't about the superficial, it's about what's real. And that's why the Almighty said, is it not a fast I have chosen to loose the bands of wickedness? Now, ain't no better, it ain't enough to get all bent out of shape. But one way that you really start getting to a person when you want to give up something is make them uncomfortable. And ways you do that is put a person, especially, is food.
All right.
For most people, that's the crippler. Food.
Ooh. Oh, I can't eat that.
I can't eat
Man.
food. They won't do a procedure, say you can't eat nothing for 2 days. What? I can't have that procedure then.
Kill me.
I just die. I got something anyway. Can't cure everything. Because you can't eat for 2 days. You don't even want to take to find out. Huh? Y'all know that's a stickler? That's a stickler with the doctor. We're going to teach on that. That's why y'all might say, I know them. That's why I'm going to destroy them. Because of food. Notice he didn't say nothing about money. The thing he said, when he said he's going to come back and find people in the garden, he said, I'm going to destroy them because they're in the garden eating swine and all the abominations. And that's what they won't simply do that. They won't even give that up. They'll rebel against me in the face of some food and not consider that it's me that keep them alive, even if they don't have no food. I keep people alive every day, and they don't even have food.
I made a lie.
They bones are sticking out. And we look at them when they show them on the little commercial stuff, we be like, oh man. But we don't look and say, man, look at what y'all is able to do. I'm trying to diminish, but say, man, look at what y'all is able to do. Because them folks ain't ate. And they alive. So what's keeping them alive? Come on, sister, for you. Yes, ma'am, because you had a hand.
A testimony to that. I knew a person who was a Hebrew Israelite and all this and all that. And I saw him with some pork. I said, man, wait a minute. I thought you eating this sandwich. They said, man, because I looked in the refrigerator and the only thing I had at home was some green beans. And it was just this. And I said, you ain't eat the green beans. You went to this. And I just like, I just found this out yesterday. And I was like, wow, that's deep. Because it was the food, and that was just deep. Deep.
That's the wrestling with Moses. Moses, let's go back to Egypt. We remember when we had the leeks and the cucumbers and the garlic and the fish. You guys out here talking about this manna, this bread. This is all we got. Then you're talking about it, we only get to gather it every day. Man, you better. Yeah, they tell me, we need to get back to the Roses and Burger King and White Castle. It's some of them, and I heard of some of them down there in Etham. I heard it's a Pond of Roses right down in the Sinai Valley. Ain't but about 5 minutes from here. I don't know what Mo's talking about. Talking about take this high road and stay with the bread. We going down that Sinai Valley, Jack, where that smorgasbord at. But it's unclean. I don't care. You crazy. Huh? That's always been what he tested them with. That's what his word said. I want to prove to you that man don't live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out the mouth of Yah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So if your stomach to your back. He said, you lie.
I can see my heart beat through my skin.
You see it. And that's why in the fast, he said, weaken, because that's one of the ways you weaken yourself. Physically. Physically weaken yourself as well as spiritually weaken yourself. Because when you understand what man see, because it's going to what man is, the physical can get weak. But it's at the time that the physical spirit gets so weakened, you fall into a trance. See, that's what many of the prophets did. Many of the prophets, they took long journeys when they went to people, and by the time they got to where they was at, they were physically weakened. And so what happened is, spiritually, they had to draw on that. And the Almighty started, he wasn't dealing with them physically, he started dealing with them in the spirit. And that's why they could say, I see in the spirit, I see in the vision. And thus says Yah. Because they dealing with their spirit now. They're not going on their physical strength. They're going on their spirit. Moses didn't go on his physical strength 40 days and 40 nights. Now he's dealing in his spirit. That's why when he come back down, he said, I ain't been gone but short time. They said, brother, you've been gone for 40 days and 40 nights. Moses thought just like yesterday. They had to learn him how long he was gone. Because in the presence of Yah, dealing with him, time don't become a factor. See, we keep finding out, y'all. I know y'all don't grasp it, but that's what these movies, some of these movies have these principles in them.
Yes, sir. Yes, they. Yes,
When they talk about you detach yourself from time, but again, the mind says, shut down. That ain't real. That ain't real. That ain't real. But the Creator says, I choose a fast to loosen the bands of wickedness, to undo heavy burdens. Because wickedness that you carry in you, that's what it can become. It can become a laden burden. That's why they say you have to lay my burden down. That ain't just baskets and tools and stuff. Burden, lay my burden down means give up my wickedness. Because it's a burden on me. That's why he gives the Day of Atonement. I know you done wrong. You know you done wrong. This is a specific time to come before me and lay that down and give it up.
Oh, God.
So you can lighten the load. Because you can go a lot further when your load is lightened than you can when it's heavy. And I'm trying to lighten the load for you. We making any sense today?
Yes, sir.
Not only undo the heavy burden, let the oppressed go free. People that you holding things against. Let that go. Let that go.
Right.
Huh? And don't they have a little app today that let it go or something like that? You can sell stuff on, let it go.
Let it go.
Huh? Some old junk you got. They got an app called Let It Go.
Let it go.
You sell it. Let it go. That's what it means. Let that thing go.
Let go.
Let go.
Let go.
Well, that's what it got. Let go.
You don't want
That's what it say.
it.
You don't want it no more?
Y'all
You
are
got a little app?
talking about get up, right?
No, it's a little app. It's a little app. Let go. They got commercials. People be bringing old lawnmowers and throwing them out. They say, man, no, we got to let go. The little app, you sell it. Anything you want, you're just trying to get rid of it. Know what y'all mind saying? At this time, let go. You oppressing somebody, stop hanging on to that. Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
Sell it. Sell it back to him. Sell it to some, but let it go. Put it on that goat and let it go.
All right. All right. Go ahead, boy. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Let it go.
Let the oppressed go free. And break every yoke. Some bondage. Break it all. Break the yoke you got on yourself. Break the yoke you got on somebody else.
Hallelujah.
Because guess what? I can't go nowhere. I'm trying to hold that yoke and hold you back. Because I'm struggling to pull you back. To keep you where I want you. When I release you, I can turn around and I can go wherever I want to go.
All right.
They showed that in the training, just to show you. They showed that in the training Well, this man showed how to train a dog to walk on a leash. He said, you see people, they get short leashes and they hook it on the dog and they drag the dog around, they pull it around and they drag the dog. And the dog the whole time, he like, and you pulling and he pulling. So y'all in the tug of war. The guy said, I get a long leash. I put it on him. I give him all the leash. And I just let him walk. Now when he get to a certain point, and I start going this way, when he get to a certain point, I just give it a little tug. With all that leash, he redirects himself and come back. He said, then I walk the other way. And I do the same thing. But he got a lot of leash. He's not feeling confined. He said, you keep doing this, shortly thereafter, what you'll notice is you can start shortening the leash and he gonna walk. You're not struggling to pull him. He gonna start walking lock, stop with you. He said, a lot of people think it's the pulling and he said, no, you're never getting, he said, it's quicker and he'll just walk voluntarily, he'll walk with you. I said, wow. And then he said, now, and then he went a couple months. He said, now I got a short leash. And then he went from a short leash to no leash at all. And he just walking, and he just walks, and he ain't got to, nothing can distract him, nothing does nothing. Fully trained.
Fully domesticated.
Huh?
No stress.
Huh? Ain't no fighting, ain't no nothing, ain't no struggling.
Let's go.
Huh? He just moved, he moved. I said, man, huh? We think you gotta get a little switch. Ain't got to do all that. And then one of y'all might say, to break every yoke. You in the room. Let's walk, let her walk. I know where I want to go. I know where I want to go. Now, if you want to go, you can come. But I ain't got to pull you to come against your will, because you don't want, because that ain't doing nothing. Christ said, is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, that thou bring the poor that are cast out into your house? When you see the naked, you cover him, that thou hide not thyself from thy own flesh. And when you understand this, see, when your spirit has been broken and made anew, he said, then shall your light break forth as the morning. Your help shall spring forth speedily. Because you can breathe again. Hard of getting is forgiving yourself. You can breathe again. You just want that opportunity. And why when people mess up, man, there is room for forgiveness. Man, I just need that one opportunity to show you. Really ain't nothing like a man that's messed up and he really sorry. You got the best person that you can have. When he really been broken, because he looking for it, he understand, I just need that one shot. And that one shot is all he needs to show you. Because that's what he gonna do. He gonna show you. And our righteousness shall go before you. And the glory of Yahweh will then be your restorer.
Hallelujah.
Then will you call, and Yah will answer. You will cry, and Yah will say, here I am. Hear my face. You seeking me? Hear my face. Yes, we seek his face. It's literal and figurative. It's literal and figurative. He was if you take away from you and the midst of you the putting forth of the what? Finger. And speaking vanity. See, I'm having a hard time dealing with people where it's always somebody else's fault.
It ain't never their fault. Shifting the blame.
Although we know every situation have multiple factors,
Yes, sir.
but it's always what somebody else did.
Mm.
And it's never looking and saying what I did in this situation that I could have did different or not did at all. Because yes, everything have roles that it plays, but focus on what you did in the situation.
All right.
That's what he means by if you take away the pointing of the finger
Accept your responsibility.
and accept your responsibility. Oh man, y'all got divorced? Yeah. Man, what went wrong?
Me.
Now some people, oh, she was just, man, I just couldn't take it. Man, look, she was just, man, when I came in, man, she throwing shoes at me. Man, when I did that, she was doing this. Man, she cut me out. Man, she didn't want to sleep with me. Man, she was, I hear a lot about what she did. But everything couldn't have been about her.
What was you?
What was you?
You know, I get off work.
You didn't say I came in. You didn't say I came in and she know I got off at 5.
Right.
I came home about 12.
You know? Didn't say that part.
Tired and wore out.
Let that out.
Huh? You didn't say what I did.
That's what she did.
See, a lot of people when they want to move on, this is what I found out, especially from that when they move on and the situation, because sometimes they gonna go awry.
Yes, sir.
But when they go awry, they just be like, we just broke up. That's all.
It's over.
But what's he, people, what was he doing? It just didn't work. I ain't got to go into everything about it what he did. And I ain't going to.
Right.
I ain't got to air dirty laundry up. It just didn't work. And you move on. If thou draw out thy soul to the hungry, and you will satisfy the afflicted soul, because having been afflicted yourself, you know what it is to be afflicted. Now you ready to tend to somebody else's affliction. That's what they call being empathetic.
Yeah.
Not sympathetic, empathetic. You ready to lower yourself and just be low with them and suffer with them, and say, "Hey, I'm here." Because everybody ain't always looking for sympathy. Everybody ain't always, as I said, everybody ain't always looking for you to solve their problems. They just need you to be there. Now, sometimes they are looking, but you got to have that ability to be able to decipher. But satisfy the afflicted soul. You ever been there? I just need to get something on my chest. You ever been there? I just want to talk to you. Just need to get something on. I don't need you to come back to me with no long laundry list about how you solved it. I just want to vent. We all been there, haven't we?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yeah.
I've been there. That's why certain people I don't go to when I didn't want to vent. And now I can't go to them. But they gonna tell me, well, see, this is what you did, and you should have been, and you did it, and I didn't call you for that. Because a lot of y'all already know. I know I was a fool. I didn't call you for that. I called you just to listen. A lot of times the husbands don't get about wives. They just want you sometimes just to listen.
Yeah.
We be trying to go into already, look, well, this is how we do that then. That's right. I don't want to tell you nothing no more. You gotta get good at what? Listening. Just sit there.
Just don't get too good at it.
You just sit there. You know how to get in between them left, but just sit there. Girl, See, that's why they like their girlfriend. And sometimes their girlfriend just listen. I'm like, girl, hey, brother, everyone, talk to them, be a girl. What? Be like, yeah. And girl, honey, hush. Yeah, I ain't insecure that I can't do it. Honey, hush, child, hush. Girl. Then 5 minutes later, I might run out with, what's up, boy? Hey! Hey. Huh?
Hallelujah.
Know your role. Know how to play. Huh? Yeah, honey, hush. Shut up. Then should our light rise in obscurity, not darkness be as the noonday. They're like your kids, sometimes your kids, they want to come to you, they want to tell you stuff. They don't need you to be a Bill Nye science guy and get all over the head. Sometimes you got to come down and be like a child.
Yes, sir.
So you can understand it. And give them a halfway decent answer that you know they can relate to. Don't be trying to talk to them like they 60 years old.
Right.
They be like, huh? They be lost in the first 2 words. They're like, huh?
We don't say folks going on 40.
You know? That's why Barney was so popular. Barney only came on with what? I love you. Bouncing around like this. You love me. Huh? But hey, that's what all the kids knew. When I tried to take care, that's what they knew. Boy, I love you. That's all you had to do. It wore me out. I was done. But that's what they understood.
Yeah, Bonnie was.
He said in Yahweh, verse 11, and Yahweh shall guide you continually and satisfy thy soul in drought and make fat your bones. And you should be like a watered garden, like a spring of water whose waters fail not. And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste place, meaning your descendants now. This will even rub off on your descendants. And you will be called the foundation of many generations. They shall be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of the past that's right, because we have walked in the past that's wrong. Then the Almighty says, and if you will restrain thy foot for the sake of the Sabbath day, because it's on this day where you can learn all the goodness and what does Yah require. This that specific day. This that specific time. That's what it's for. To give him your full attention. Yes, every day we praise him, every day we honor, every day we're going to acknowledge him, but we got work, we got bills. Them the days we worrying about other things. Today is the day to give him our full attention so we can learn how to handle and function in them other days. That's why I said call it a delight. Man, I'm getting ready to go learn how to live life. And hopefully after I get there and learn it, I'm going to go out and apply it. But at least I'm getting ready to go and learn how to live it.
All right.
Call it honorable.
Rise for your elders. Let me see.
And honor him. Not doing our own ways. Nor finding our own pleasure. Nor speaking vain words. Didn't say you can't speak any words. He said speaking vain words. Huh? That basketball game last night. That boxing match tonight. That music group, comedy show. Talking about all that's vain on this day. That don't have nothing to do with learning how to develop yourself in Yah. But don't mean you can't say nothing. Don't mean you can't say hallelujah. Don't mean you can't say amen. Don't mean you can't say go on, brother. Don't mean you can't say that's right, Moray. That don't mean that. Them ain't vain words. Huh? I'm trying to set this on for, I don't, that's why when I sit back behind Moray, I gone now. Got a little gone now he getting lathered up. I said, yeah, he getting worked up now. Come on with it, more. He getting fired up now. I said, what you say? Now next thing I know, he in the spirit. He gone. He flowing now. Because it's a vibe that's being given. Them not vain words. But if I would have got him and like, yeah, Duke and North Carolina played 2 overtime. Them vain words. We vibe a little bit. That's right. Church, and they ain't being church. That's what they, huh? Go on now. Say that. Yeah. That's vibe. Let the person know you're alive out there. And sometimes we talk to me like, damn, what they sleep. And your spirit comes to you. Huh? Because they do it across the board. That's a universal principle. You hear Farrakhan speak. Go on now, you think the place get ready to blow up. Tell him, minister. And he get fired up. He get hitting on stuff. Ah. And you ain't immune to it, that's the spirit. Cause I ain't be sitting there and I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, whoa. I'll be like, I get fired up. Let's go. See, that's the spirit.
Yes, sir.
Because that's how we are as a people. We're a spirit people. I know because I come from most school. I was in the Gentile school of worship. Yes, you go to sleep. Hey, no. We vibe. We vibe. And when Nehemiah, when he said all the priests, they stood up and they taught on the day. Said the people was moved to tears and they were vibe, they were feeling the spirit.
Oh, God.
So don't do your brother like that. They do my brother like that sometimes. You don't think he that good, you fake the funk. Assuring. I was saying, boy, they rough on some speaker, boy. They dry, boy. Hard room, brother. I just can't do nothing but pat him on the back, but like, you all right.
Good job.
Good job. Hard room, boy. Oh, rough on him, boy. Whoa.
Now I don't really hit it good. I'm gonna say image. That is, you know what image is?
All right. True. Yes, ma'am.
Image.
Is that? Yes, ma'am.
We used to holler that out in the door.
See?
Oh yeah, they get live.
Oh yeah. I know. And shall honor Yah. Not doing our own ways, don't find our own words, or speaking or find our own pleasure, or speaking our own words. But shall call the Sabbath a delight, and delight thyself in Yah. And look, he said the same thing that he said he did when he found Israel. He said, I will cause thee to ride upon the what?
High place.
High places of the land.
Earth.
The high places of where?
Of the earth.
That means wherever you go,
Wherever your feet touch.
you can be living
Hallelujah.
in a better condition than what you live. Even in captivity.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why Daniel lived in
Great.
great condition.
Yes, sir.
That's why Joseph, after the Almighty tested, lived the rest of his life in great condition.
Hallelujah.
You might have a test to become what the Almighty desires you to become. But if you give yourself and submit fully to Yah, you will be living and fulfill this. You'll be living in great condition. Better condition than you thought you could dream. You be pinching yourself, man, am I living here? Am I living like this? Huh? Huh?
Yes, sir.
They just wouldn't send me nothing about nothing.
Right.
They wouldn't even send me a blank piece of paper as an offer. I done started cleaning up stuff. I got cards. This pre-approved. This pre-approved. They just coming every day of the week now.
Just call this number.
Just call, verify it. I mean, they coming out everywhere. It used to be, man, can I hope and pray the right? And somebody give me, man, they sending me this. And the more I do, and the Almighty will allow me to clean myself up. Do you understand? I'm trying to talk to y'all now.
Right. Go ahead.
Huh?
Yeah, you all right. Yeah. Yeah.
So the more you do, that's what you will find. Because, like I said, I'm trying to get that old mind out of us. Because that's what I'm trying to do, get out of me. Because we had that old mind, and that's really the trick of the slave master.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, you ain't worth it.
That
It ain't worth changing nothing. It is. Because he don't want you to run. Because he don't want you to change that playing field. I'm trying to change that playing field. Walking in and play tricks on him. Yeah, I sure nothing. That look good. You want it? Yeah, I sure would like to have it. Man, that look good. Well, you can have it, man. I would take it. Well, just let me run your credit real quick, see if you can get it. You ain't got to run it. But now you ain't got to run because I know it's down in the basement. You ain't got to run because I'll tell you what it is, $700. Man, you can have that there, man. I know I can, but I don't want it. Walk out.
All right.
Walk out on it. Walk out like that. Not walk out like, man, I want it.
Man, I really want it.
I really want it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson.
Who you run your credit? Now you ain't gotta run it, because I can't never get it. Change.
That's right.
But nobody has to do that. Except you.
All right now. Hallelujah.
Except you.
If you want it.
If you want it. The Almighty and you can make things change.
All right. Hallelujah.
That's another reason why I said to seek his face. Yeah. Seek his face. I'm not going to tell you that can't physically happen. Because you change enough. That's the only reason why people can't see the spirit. Because you change enough. I don't know how the Almighty will come to you. Because I got testimonies that he came to our fathers and old.
Yes, sir.
And he came to them because they were such vessels that could receive it.
Hallelujah.
But even if the change don't come here, you seeking the Almighty's face because you're seeking, because one day the change, you will see his face if you dedicated yourself to it. If not in this time, look what David said. Go to the book of Psalms.
27.
17.
17. Hallelujah.
Psalm 17.
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to couple this. We're going to couple this. We're going to read Psalm 15 first, 16 first. Then we're going to read this verse out of Psalm 17.
All right. Hallelujah.
You ready?
Psalm 16, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. Psalm chapter 16, verse 1. Preserve me, O Elohim, For in thee do I put my trust. O my soul, thou hast said unto Yahweh, thou art my Yahweh. My goodness extended not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellence in whom is all my delight. Their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another deity. The drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. Yahweh is the portion of my inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Yea, I have a goodly heritage. I will bless Yahweh who have given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. I have set Yahweh always before me.
I have set Yah always before me.
Because he is at my right hand.
Because he's at my right hand.
I shall not be moved.
How do we put him at the right hand?
See?
Am I always walking, trying to walk
Third.
in his law?
Hallelujah.
We're putting him at our right hand. He said, I've always put him at my right hand.
Hallelujah.
Your right hand for most people that walk in this earth, they're right-handed. So that means that's their strong hand. Your right side, that's reflective of being your strong side. That's why you always see in scriptures, my right hand. Stand at my right hand. That's why the saying, this is my right hand man. This is my strength, my strong side. And so he said, he is at my right hand, therefore I should never be moved.
Therefore, my heart is glad.
So my heart is glad.
My glory rejoices.
My glory rejoices.
My flesh also shall rest in hope.
And my flesh can rest in hope. Why?
For thou wilt not leave my soul in Sheol.
You will not leave my soul in the grave.
Neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption.
And you won't let me see corruption.
Thou wilt show me the path of life.
You'll show me the path of life. What life? Eternal life.
In thy presence is fullness of joy.
And in your presence, when I receive eternal life, there's nothing but joy, fullness of joy. There is no sorrow.
And at thy right hand, there are pleasures forevermore.
And at your right hand ain't nothing but pleasure forevermore in this eternal bliss. It ain't nothing but pleasure. And we ain't talking about because there's 70 virgins down there. We ain't talking about because there's this kind of ice cream or that kind of ice cream. There's all the pleasures that Yahweh knows man wants and can deliver to man. So there's pleasure and pleasure evermore. And then read verse 15 out of chapter 17.
As for me,
so as for me,
I will behold thy face in righteousness.
I'm going to do what?
Behold thy face in righteousness.
What's setting that up?
Seeking Yah.
Where?
In his commandments. In his laws.
Where?
In his sanctuary.
And where and when? In the land of the living, in this life that you're given right now.
Hallelujah.
You seeking his face every day in this life that you given right now. Every day you get up and wake up to breathe the breath of life. That's the day to seek God's face. That's what it's meant to do. You seeking his face. Will you get it in this dispensation? Maybe not. But as he said, my soul can rest. My glory can rejoice. You see some people, they go and they put them, I've seen them at the funeral, they ain't had to do it, they got a little smile on their face. They lay in the car and they look, that's why people say, man, they look so peaceful. They look still. Well, yeah, they not going to. But they look peaceful. That's because when they went the way of all flesh, the spirit giving up spirit, it was a peaceful thing.
Oh,
They were
God.
at ease. And then he says, I know because the work I put in, I know you won't allow my soul to see corruption, to be destroyed. And as a result, I will see you. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness.
Oh, God.
The fact that I can wake up and see your face and not be consumed, not be destroyed. That I will wake up glorified, able to be in your presence. That's the day I'm waiting on. That's what I'm working on. That's what I'm working on in this life. I'm working on 2 lives. This life and my eternal life.
Hallelujah. Divine term is just correct. That is.
So yes, you're literally seeking his face.
Hallelujah.
And why? Go to Isaiah 60th chapter. We're seeking his face.
Isaiah chapter 60.
So you got a glory. You got a glory about us. Everybody.
Hallelujah.
But it's our defects that diminish our glory. Isaiah the 60th chapter.
Yes, sir.
This one we seek in his face. Start at verse 14.
Isaiah chapter 60, verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, Zion of the Holy One of Israel, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee. I will make thee an external excellency, a joy of many generations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles.
This is an eternal thing.
And shall suck.
What he said he's going to do. This is an eternal thing. This is eternity. He said, I'm going to make you an eternal excellence. Not a temporary, eternal excellence.
Oh, God.
The joy of many generations. You shall also suck the milk of the Gentiles. You shall suck the breasts of kings, meaning you take their wealth. And thou shalt know that I, Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Yaakov. Where there was brass, I will bring gold. And for iron, I'll bring silver. For wood, brass. And for stones of iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and your exactors righteousness. Violence shall no more be heard in your land, wasting nor destruction within your borders. But thou shalt be called walls of salvation, and thy gates praise. Then look what it says. And the sun shall be no more light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee. But Yahweh shall be unto thee and everlasting light.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And thy Elohim will be your glory.
Hallelujah.
And that because he in the midst of us. And he is outshining all of that which he created. He is a light. The sun shall no more go down, neither shall the moon withdraw itself. So that's what he letting you know. He ain't talking about it was going to be destroyed. It's just talking about how he is the greater glory. For Yahweh shall be thy everlasting light, and the days of your mourning shall be ended. Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I might be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one will become a strong nation. And I, Yahweh, will hasten it in its time. So the Creator will be here. He will be our everlasting light. And much like it was when he passed before Moses on the mountain, proclaiming his name and proclaiming his glory. It says after that, Moses came down off the mountain and his face did what? His face did what? It shined. It shined because he had been in the presence of Yahweh's glory. Well, in this eternal state, the people are all righteous, so they in the presence, they deserve to be in the presence of Yahweh's glory. To see the Father. So again, I must reiterate, yes, we should be seeking his face. That's what this life and all the other lives, that's what this life is for. Any comments on that? And we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any comments on that? Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
A place where I was, where I had my question, but I wanted to know when we was on the scripture and it said that he found Jacob or Israel in a desert land, howling. Where is this at? Who did he find in the desert land? When he said he found Jacob. I think that's what it said.
Yes.
In the desert land. Where were we at?
We were in Deuteronomy 32.
32 or
32.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. Because that's now the day is dictating that we able to do so. So we're going to take a break. How long? It's been so long since we.
45 minutes. 45 minutes. I'm one voice on the floor. I'm just one voice.
It's 4:35. I got 4:35.
Now back to 5:30.
Who say 5?
5:30.
See. Who say 5:30?
5:30.
Well, looks like 5:30. Got it. The hand went out the wazoo when I said 5:30.
Back on time.
5:30. Because yeah, we got 5:30. Nice little break.
Yeah.
Stretch out.
Let them rip.
Everybody can refresh themselves. 5:30 it is.
Hallelujah.
And we'll come back and find out who he found in the West Highland Desert. All right?
All right.
Hallelujah. Everybody know we'll be back at 5:30
Back at 5:30.
on the internet and everything.
Cool.